Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna be showing you how I draw this realistic portrait within 5 steps of my process. So stick with me, upcoming steps will help you to increase your drawing skills without having so long. Alright, step number 1. Start with the basic sketch. There are many different ways which our artists use to create the sketch and basement of the drawing, like blocking method, Loomis method and grid method, etc, etc. But here I'll be using the Loomis method to draw my portraits. In my opinion, it's way more easy and simple to catch as a beginner as well. Drawing a good sketch of your drawing is way more important than everything in portraiture. Here why I am telling so. Human face is kinda difficult creature, and as a portrait artist, we should have to take care of the sense of the feelings and emotion that it's gonna represent at certain points. So in order to indicate the right posture and making the facial features into the right place is key to the draw a good portrait. Also keep in mind, your first couple of drawings would not be as good as you think, or you would not catch the technique enough to draw a portrait. So you can check out my bunch of other previous videos that I did how to draw using Loomis method from start to finish in a way that any beginner can catch. So feel free to check out them if you are in trouble with Loomis method. And I will mention some links on my description box as well. Alright, our hardest part is done. Let's take a look at the other steps. Step number 2. Adding first layer of graphite. This is the most crucial step in that process, but most of the beginner artists are overlooked. Why am I say so? The main duty of this step is putting base layer of graphite. So, significant thing we should have to keep in mind is choose a really light tone pencil like 2H or HBO, something to draw so slightly as much as we can. And also make sure to gradually build up this layer by let the highlighted areas as untouched like I do. Here I am going to use a paper towel or tissue paper or something to smudge this layer, but keep in mind not a blending stuff. That has to be done by super slightly, and I'll be gradually blend them in a circular motion as well. As you can see, right now we have well blended graphite layer. Alright, step number 3. Erase the highlights. Right now we need to some kneaded eraser or just a normal eraser, but my opinion is it's better to have a kneaded eraser. So now I'm gonna bring up the highlighted areas to add some depth to our drawing. At this point we could see our drawing has a 3D looking effect instead of a flattened one was before. Also make sure to take off the unnecessary lines on the sketch as well. Step number 4. Second layer of graphite. Now that we have established the base layer, it's time to add depth and dimension to our portrait. For this step, I'll be continuing using the same pencil that I have been using so far. Or you can use slightly darker toned one like Tombow or something. Begin by focusing on the mid-tone and shadow of the face. Observe the reference closely to identify the areas where shadow fall naturally, such as beneath the cheekbones, around the eyes and under the chin as well. And also make sure to use controlled strokes to gradually build up the shadows, paying attention to the direction of the strokes to mimic the texture of the skin. Remember, it's crucial to maintain a gentle touch and layer the graphite gradually. Avoid pressing too hard on the pencil as it can create harsh lines that are difficult to blend later on. As you progress, step back and assess your drawing from distance, and take your time during this stage. Alright, the final step, drawing the darkest areas. In the final step, we'll focus on enhancing the contrast and defining the darkest areas of the drawing. I'm gonna be switched to softer pencils such as 4B or 6B or something, which is achieve richer, darker tones. Carefully identify the darkest regions of the face, such as deep shadows under the nose, along with the hairlines and within the pupils of the eyes. These areas add depth and dimension to the portrait, creating a more realistic and compelling representation. Once you have completed these steps, take a moment to admire your work and appreciate the progress you have made. Drawing realistic portraits requires practice, dedication, and attention to the details. But with the patience and observation, you can continue to refine your skills and create stunning work of art. So don't be afraid to experiment and explore different techniques. If you want to keep practicing and keep learning something deeply, make sure to check out my other videos. And if this video was helpful to you, hit a thumbs up and ask any questions that you have got during this process on the comment section. So enjoy the process of creating art and happy drawing.